Arizona Baptist pastor Steven Anderson is a guy who we've spoken about before. For example, he says all gay people are pedophiles. #science. He's called for the death of President Obama because he's a moral guy, as you can see. He says women should know their role and not work and stay in the kitchen, and his lunacy goes on and on. Well, today we learned that he said this.
And what the Bible actually says, and by the way, turn to Leviticus 20:13, because I actually discovered the cure for AIDS, okay? Now, this is the cure for AIDS, okay? And, you know, everybody's talking about, let's have an AIDS-free world by 2020, or let's have an AIDS-free... Look, we could have an AIDS-free world by Christmas. You know, or at least, okay, it wouldn't be totally AIDS-free, but we'd be like 90-some% AIDS-free by Christmas if we would follow this. Okay, here's what the Bible says, Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with the woman, okay, it says, even both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death, their blood shall be upon them. And that, my friend, is the cure for AIDS. It was right there in the Bible all along. And they're out spending billions of dollars in research and testing. It's curable. Right there. Because if you executed the homos like God recommends, you wouldn't have all this AIDS running rampant.
Das Hitler! Sieg Heil! Sieg Heil! Das Himmler, ja! Okay. That's fucked up, man. That is fucked up. And this is a guy who claims he's the most moral. He thinks he's the most moral in America. He doesn't think he's some sort of wretched scumbag. He thinks he's the most moral in the United States of America. Oh, the warped thinking of the religious. No, this is unacceptable. See, it's getting to the point, we just did the story before about the guy who said that homosexuality is worse than murder and mass murder. And, okay, there comes a point where the rhetoric is just flat out too extreme. And you can see that, you can see where the current situation that we have today towards gay people comes from. And what I mean by that is we have over 80 countries that have banned people being gay. Just being gay, you get locked up. What is it, 7 countries or so, or some articles have it at 11 countries that they execute you if you're gay. So not just we're going to throw you in jail and keep you there because you happen to like the same gender biologically. That's just how you were born. People kill you. They'll kill you if you're gay. In the United States, 29 states allow you to be fired if you're gay. So you can get fired, or if you go into a restaurant, for example, and the owner sees you and you're acting effeminate and you're a guy and he doesn't like that, he can say, you make me uncomfortable, I think you're gay, get out. Totally legal. Totally legal. So the fight is nowhere near done. See, that's the thing. Oftentimes we live in our bubbles, and, you know, I'm here in liberal New York. I see the polling data, 59% of the American people are in favor of gay marriage. So after a while, we start to fall back and go, it's okay. I mean, we'll win eventually, and just as time goes by, we'll win. No. We have to fight for it. We have to argue for it. We have to double down. We have to get in people's faces. We need to protest. We need to stand up. And when we hear stuff like this, we need to basically say, you're a fucking dumbass. You're a ridiculous human being. You're pathetic. And you're the opposite of morality. You're not moral. You're as immoral as they come. You are the Hitler pastor. You are a Nazi pastor. You're calling for genocide and acting like that's the right thing to do, like that's the just thing to do. But also this, again, goes back to the conversation about the holy books, too, why it's so dangerous to buy into holy books. Because, look, there are certainly parts of the New Testament are lovely and, take care of the poor and do this and do that. But there's parts of the Old Testament and parts of the New Testament that are vicious. So you can use the Bible or any holy book to justify and rationalize any type of action, whether it's vicious and immoral and crazy, or it's kind and nice and looking out for people. And that's a problem because you're giving people this veil of respectability when they, wrap themselves in a holy book. Fuck that. Say, don't believe it because it's dumb and it's not factual, and you're a clown if you buy into it. And that's what we have to say to guys like this. I mean, this guy's TFG. He's too far gone, so nothing's going to get through his fucking concrete head. But we need to shine a spotlight on stuff like this because that's totally unacceptable in the year 2014. I mean, he really does belong in Nuremberg in 1938.